Today is the new chapter you'll be looking, that is on the mediastinum. This is about today's the class. The topic of the discussion of the today's class is on the mediastinum. So before I go into the mediastinum, I'll be telling you the bones of the thoracic region. This figure you can see here, this what you're looking are is the thorax region. So the thorax region, there are the bones forming the thorax region. The bones are called as, in the center you can see this is called as the sternum. On the either side what you're looking, they are called as the ribs. So ribs and the sternum protects the organs of the thoracic region. Heart, lungs are all protected by the bones of the thorax region. So the bones what you're looking here is sternum and the ribs. How many ribs are there? There are 12 pairs of ribs. There are 12 pairs of ribs in the human body. So this is just to give you a idea what the topic I am discussing on today's class. So see, now what do you mean by a mediastinum? Mediastinum means a middle septum. You can see this part. This is called as the mediastinum. The mediastinum is a broad central partition of thoracic cavity that separates the two laterally placed pleural cavity. See, on the either side there is a cavity called a pleural cavity which encloses the lungs. So this in the center part you see the septum. Okay, this part what you're looking, that is called as a mediastinum. That means the mediastinum is the central partition of thoracic cavity that separate two laterally placed pleural cavities. It is covered on the either side by the pleura. Okay, here there is a pleura called as a mediastinal pleura. So today I am talking mainly on the region of this region, the green part what you see, that is called as the mediastinum. Now next, when you come to the anatomy, it's mainly how where the location is and the boundaries. Okay, we mainly deal with any region. If you go, you have to tell about the boundary. So you can see this view right here. You can see the view. So this is a part what I'm talking about the mediastinum. So I'll tell you about the boundaries. So see the boundary extent. In front, you can see in front it is related to sternum. You can see in front sternum. Behind it is related to the bodies of 12 thoracic vertebrae. You can see the number here 1, 2, 3. So till here it is the boundaries of 12 thoracic vertebra. Above it is related to the inlet called as a thoracic inlet, and below it is related to diaphragm. On the each side it is related to the mediastinal pleura. So this is the boundary of the mediastinum. So in front it is related to sternum, behind bodies of 12 thoracic vertebra, above thoracic inlet, below the diaphragm, and on each side it is mediastinal pleura. Next, what do you mean by sternal angle? So, if I draw a imaginary line from the manubrium sterni, this is a part, okay? This is a part called as a manubrium sterni. If I draw a horizontally imaginary line from the manubrium sterni to the lower border of the T4 thoracic vertebra, this is called as a sternal angle. So see here, it is a transfer ridge on the sternum about 5 centimeter below the sternal notch. Notch is this part, okay, this part you draw. It is an important surface bony landmark for many anatomical event. Even you can feel, okay, from the sternal notch you go below the part, what you can feel, that will be the angle forming called as the sternal angle. This is just a view to tell you the mediastinum lateral view. So you can make out right here. See, this is a part mediastinum. This is the thoracic vertebra. What you're looking, the 12 thoracic vertebra there. Okay. Now, next we'll be looking about the subdivision of the mediastinum. So the mediastinum is subdivided into parts. So how these parts are divided is the same. Whatever I told you, draw a imaginary line from the manubrium sterni to the lower border of the T4 thoracic vertebra. It divides the mediastinum into two parts. The two parts are superior mediastinum and inferior mediastinum. So it is divided into two parts. You can see here, this is called as the superior mediastinum and this part is called as the inferior mediastinum. See, same whatever I told you, and see how it is divided into upper part called as superior mediastinum, the lower part we call it as inferior mediastinum. Now, the inferior mediastinum, this part, this is the inferior mediastinum, is further divided in by the pericardial sac. Okay, this is a pericardial sac, means heart. Heart is enclosed by a sac called a pericardial sac into three more parts. They are called as anterior, middle and posterior. Anterior, middle and the posterior. So, the inferior mediastinum is further divided into three parts. So, the three parts are called as the anterior, middle and the posterior. Okay, how to divide? You know the heart. The heart part you call it as middle mediastinum. The part in front of it we call it as anterior. The part behind it we call it as the posterior mediastinum. Okay. Now we'll look into the detail of all this region. Okay. So again, how the boundaries are, what are the contents present in the each of this region, we'll look in detail. Now first we'll look into the part, this region. What is this region called? This region is called as the superior mediastinum. So what is the boundaries? Anteriorly it is related to manubrium sterni. Posterior it is related to from T1 to T4 thoracic vertebra. Side it is the mediastinum pleura. Above it is related to a plane called as a thoracic, or you can tell thoracic inlet. Below, draw a imaginary line from the sternal angle to the lower border of the T4 thoracic vertebra. So this region you are looking called as the superior mediastinum. So learn the boundaries: anteriorly, posteriorly, side, superiorly and inferiorly. So see here, in this is a drawn diagram what you are looking up. So see how it is. So this is the heart. Okay, we draw a heart in this way and see the vessels. Okay, you can see the big arteries and all, they all are present in superior. So this is the part what you are looking, that is called as arch of aorta. You are looking the arch of aorta there. So the branches of arch of aorta you are looking. See here, these are the branches. Okay, they are called as, this one is called a brachiocephalic trunk, left common carotid artery, left subclavian artery. This is arch of aorta. Next you can see the blue color there. So remember the color, okay, blue is always the vein. So the vein you call vein. So the vein you draw it as, yeah, this is a vein. So this is a vein you are looking. So this is superior vena cava and this is the inferior vena cava. So this part you are looking, that is the heart. Okay. So this is how it is divided. Okay, you can see the part here. This is the part you are looking, superior mediastinum, and this is a part called a middle. So whatever the vessels which are entering or leaving the heart, they are all present in the region of the superior mediastinum. So look here. So whatever I told you, the diagram also you can correlate. This is the arch of aorta you are looking. This is the superior vena cava. You can see brachiocephalic vein. Okay, these are all, and behind it can you see the ring-like structure, that is called as a trachea. All these are present in the superior mediastinum. So see, this is how you have to write superior mediastinum content. Muscles are there. So the muscles are called as sternohyoid, sternothyroid, and longus colli. Thymus. We have done histology of thymus. Do you remember? In childhood and puberty. Veins. All the veins you can read. Superior vena cava is there. Right and left brachiocephalic vein. Left superior intercostal vein. Arteries, arch of aorta. So when you see arch of aorta, the branches of arch of aorta you can see, they are called as brachiocephalic trunk, left common carotid artery and left subclavian artery. Then trachea and esophagus, behind it trachea and esophagus. See, always you remember artery, veins and nerve, they run together. So arteries you have seen, venous. So next it comes the nerve. Nerves are vagus, phrenic, cardiac and left recurrent laryngeal nerve. The duct, thoracic duct and lymph nodes. Okay, these are all the structure you see in the region of the superior mediastinum. So remember, like first you have to mention about the muscle. After you mention of the muscle, name like vein, then you name arteries, then you name the nerves. Okay. Then the one windpipe is trachea, food pipe is esophagus. So you have to name all this content in the superior mediastinum and practice this diagram. This diagram you have to practice this one. Okay, next we have completed the superior mediastinum. Next we are going into the inferior mediastinum, where it is divided into parts by the heart into anterior, middle and the posterior. So the anterior part you will be seeing same, the boundaries are in front, body of sternum, posterior it is the pericardium, side mediastinum pleura, superior imaginary plane, inferior diaphragm. Content, what you see in the anterior mediastinum is the thymus, okay. Then internal thoracic artery, lymph nodes. These are the things you see in the anterior mediastinum. So next you are looking, see this is the anterior mediastinum, whatever I told. Now next you are looking this part, that is called as the middle mediastinum. So what do you see in the middle mediastinum? It contains heart. You see the heart is present in the middle mediastinum. The heart is enclosed by pericardium. There is a covering, okay, like a bag like covering to the heart, that is called as a pericardium. Arteries are same. You see this one, that is called ascending aorta. Pulmonary trunk, okay. Then the right branches. Vein, superior vena cava you can see. Then the termination, azygous vein will come and terminate there, and the four pulmonary veins. See the four pulmonary vein open into left atrium. So the pulmonary veins you see there. Nerves are phrenic nerve, deep cardiac plexus, then the trachea. What will happen here is the trachea will bifurcate, will divide, okay, divide into two bronchi. Two principal bronchi it will be dividing, and the group of lymph node present here, they call as tracheobronchial lymph node. You see the lymph node called as tracheobronchial lymph node. So all these things you see in the middle mediastinum. Next is the posterior mediastinum, means behind the heart you are seeing, that is called a posterior median. Boundaries, anteriorly pericardium, bifurcation trachea, posteriorly it is related from T5 to T12 thoracic vertebra, superiorly transverse plane, inferiorly it is the diaphragm, on the either side it is the mediastinal pleura. So this is the boundary of the posterior mediastinum. So see here I am talking about posterior, this is the posterior median. So anteriorly what it is related to the pericardium, posterior it is related from T5 to T12 thoracic vertebra till here, superiorly it is related to imaginary line, and inferiorly it is related to this part, that is called as the diaphragm. So this is a boundary of the posterior mediastinum. Okay, we look into the contents of the posterior mediastinum. What does the posterior mediastinum consist of? If I tell you, see, first it will be the esophagus. You can see this diagram. This is esophagus. Okay. Then you see the artery. Artery is, the arch of aorta is continue further a descending thoracic aorta. So draw a descending thoracic aorta. Draw, draw a descending thoracic aorta. Then the veins you see, this vein that is called azygous, this vein that is called azygous, this is the azygous vein, or on this side it will come as the hemiazygous vein. Now vagus, because vagus will supply almost all the organs, okay, so remember like that. Then you can see this one, this part which is going up, that is called as a thoracic duct, and the lymph node that is called posterior mediastinal lymph node. All these things you see in the posterior mediastinum. So practice this diagram also. Okay, so what you name? First is the esophagus, then you name the descending thoracic aorta, then you name the azygous vein with the accessory hemiazygous vein, and then the thoracic duct. These are all present in the posterior mediastinum. Okay, this is about the mediastinum. Okay, to yeah, see summary of the mediastinum. So where is the, what is mediastinum? It is a medium septum separating the two pleural cavity. Then write about the mediastinum, the boundaries. Okay, so superiorly it is related to the thoracic inlet, inferiorly to the diaphragm, anterior to the sternum, and behind it is related to T1 to T12 thoracic vertebra. Okay, that then you have to draw an imaginary line from the sternal angle to the lower border of T4 thoracic vertebra, that will divide the mediastinum into two parts. The part above we call it as superior, the part below we call it as inferior mediastinum. Then later we have seen that inferior mediastinum is again divided into three parts called anterior, middle and the posterior. In front of heart we call it as anterior, where the heart is present it is called middle, and the behind the heart we call it as posterior mediastinum. Then learn of each region. What is the boundary of superior mediastinum? So learn the boundary, and what you remember contain in there all the vessels like arch of aorta, superior vena cava. So if arch of aorta is there, learn the branches of the arch of aorta present there. Then one windpipe and food pipe, that is trachea and esophagus. Okay, then we came to the below. Inferior mediastinum is divided anterior, middle and posterior. Anterior it is the thymus which is present in okay. Then the middle it is the heart. Then the posterior it is the vessels, greater vessel, like what you have seen in the diagram. They are called as esophagus, azygous vein, then the descending thoracic aorta. All these are present in the content. Okay, they are the content of the posterior mediastinum. Yes. Okay. Now you have seen the anatomy part of the mediastinum. Now next we will look into the applied anatomy of it. Okay, what is the why you have to know about the mediastinum? So this is the X-ray. Okay, you are looking into the chest X-ray. So can you make out, this is a region what you are looking, that is the heart. Can you see the part here? All this thing what you are looking. Okay, so this is about the heart you are looking there. Okay, next, what do you mean by a mediastinal syndrome? Can you see the X-ray here? You can clearly make out that this is a heart and this is a, what are the shadow, what you're looking, that is of the lungs. But when you look into the heart here, it is looking very large. Compare, okay, with the normal and the enlargement. You can see the enlarged heart. Okay, so this is one syndrome called as a mediastinal syndrome. What will happen in mediastinal syndrome? Compression of structure by tumor. Okay, like compression structure by tumor may lead to pressure on the structures in the mediastinum. So tumor is something, when it occur, it may lead to the pressure on the structure present in the mediastinum. So imagine if there is a increase, that will lead to compression. Like if there is a compression to trachea, it will due to dyspnea. If it is compressing esophagus, it will lead to dysphagia. if it lead to the compression of the nerve, okay, that is called a left recurrent laryngeal nerve, which is supply the larynx. It will lead to the voice, okay, hoarseness of voice. Then if it compresses the vein, engrossment of vein. So that is about the mediastinal syndrome. Like tumor or anything in this region will lead to the compression of the structures present in the mediastinum. So we know it is related to trachea is present. So compression of trachea will lead to dyspnea. Compression of the esophagus, dysphagia, difficulty in swallowing. Okay, then about if it comprises the left recurrent laryngeal hoarseness of the voice. Okay, then next can you see this one? It is called as a mediastinal shift. So in this what will happen? The content, if the heart, the content of one part will be shifted to the other side. That is called as a mediastinal shift. Okay, this is about the today's class. So learn what we have done about it, revise it about the mediastinum. Then why you have to know all these things is mainly when you apply the knowledge of the applied anatomy. So if you see a condition, it might be what has happened. So the compression of some of the structure will lead to this. Okay, so learn about it. Okay, thank you.